Hey guys, it's Mo with Mo in the Deep End, and I think I've gotten Rumble working, maybe, possibly. We don't know. But it is nightly newsy news, and we have some stories for you. Well, we meaning me, because my co host is, well, he is out with the boys. He just decided that, he is not going to be playing with us because he has, you know, children people. So, welcome, Miami Spice and Eris. Thank you so much for doing your wonderful Modly stuff. And Slinky and ACs and Christine. Always lovely to see you. And this way up. Let's see. Is there anyone else? I don't want to miss anyone. But our first news story, again, not this gentleman with the beautiful hair, though we always seem to get his video, but apparently, and Veilhammer Media, apparently, a tech investor and a former beauty queen done trashed up the place because they were bridezillas. And Iris La Tejana, look, y'all know I can't spell anything and or pronunciate anything, so we try. But driving, yes. So you be careful, do not text and drive. But we have entitled Dingbats who apparently done trashed the place. So let's see what these people did. Doggone people. So, a prominent tech investor and former beauty queen have come under fire for allegedly trashing a picturesque Utah landmark by hosting their wedding there. Swear to goodness, people, look, y'all, in my dreams, I would have a lovely, beautiful wedding. And maybe one day, Mr. Mo and I will renew our vows and I will crochet my own dress or do something like that. But since I was about 5 months pregnant with boy number 1 when we got married, I think we spent about $1,000 because, we had other more important things to do, and I have, you know, wisely told all of our children to invest in a house or something like that. A wedding is a fun thing to do, but I don't see the point of spending a huge, enormous amount of money on a wedding, but that's just me. So apparently, these two done messed up Utah. Andrew Chen, a tech advisor for a hedge fund, Anderson Horowitz, and Emma Waldron, a former Miss Ireland, tied the knot at Castleton Tower near the city of Moab on interesting. I just got sidetracked with Moab because, the bomb and such. But apparently, it was not the mother of all bombs. It was the mother of all weddings that left a bomb of trash on Labor Day weekend. I know. Just terrible. Just chicanery and shenanigans. The couple posted photos and video from the celebration on social media in posts that have since been deleted. In one such video, it showed the bride in an off-shoulder dress. Look, I'm sure she used to be Miss Ireland. I'm sure she looked just fantabulous. But they done left a bunch of crap everywhere. Y'all are rich. I'm sure you could pay someone to pick up the trash. Uh, in a since deleted post on X, Waldron also said, "It was so special to take our families to our favorite place in the world to get married," according to Evoke. But just one day after the wedding on September 3rd, Castle Valley Councilwoman Pamela Gibson said she found the desert a mess and was left shaken by the sight. Okay, Madam Pamela, Miss, look, it's a mess. You're not shaken. You're pissed. It's not they left a mess and you're irritated. Charge them an extra 100,000 bajillion dollars, pick it up yourself, pocket the difference. I don't know why I have to be the voice of reason. I am a mouthy redhead who says things on the internet. but okay. She said there were, quote, "effectively 4 days where the public could not enjoy what it should be able to enjoy because of these people who have no qualms about misrepresenting something just so they can have their pretty little wedding." Well, she's not bitter at all. I'm sure they were talking about their, carbon footprint and all that other jazzabass. Razzmatazz. Gibson said she saw movers from a Fulton, California-based rental company boxing up furniture in a massive truck, which had pummeled vegetation and left treads on the soil. Again, charge them for destruction and stop bitching about it. I am so tired of people just whining and complaining. Get something done. Y'all, I just can't. Bags of trash and food were also left scattered around, she told the San Francisco Gate. When she returned to the area the next day, Gibson said the furniture was gone, but the site was scattered with ripped open trash bags, broken glass, and cardboard. She is still finding broken glass around the area more than 2 months after the nuptials. Again? Charge them. I mean, this is a soy face if I've ever seen one. Charge them. I mean, she's beautiful, he's loaded. They done, rented out a public park. I'm sure they can figure out how much money and, God bless you. Just the Bureau of Land Management rangers eventually had to collect the quote, abandoned property and refuse, officials wrote in an email to Gibson and Castle Valley Mayor Jasmine Duncan on September 7th. It said the couple received permission from the agency to host a quote, simple wedding ceremony with one small tent at the base of Castleton Tower. Okay, this is just poor home training. Good evening, Debbie W. and Nikki. I hope that you are doing great. You know what? By the time I put enough sugar and cream to make coffee palatable, I might as well just have a milkshake, and since I'm trying to be better, I am having one of my okay, I'm gonna try to say this right, Aldi sparkling waters. Okay, it's the Aldi's. I can't say Aldi. It goes against my soul. But Ghostery, yes, and thank you for the 2 of you that are following on Rumble, I think, or 1 person. Any hoozle, I think I figured it out, but I got it. No, look, I liked the, bulletproof coffee, and I need to get back to doing that, but look, y'all want me to be low carb, hydrated, one with the universe, in touch with my feelings, and kind to people? Something's gonna have to give. I don't know. I'm trying one thing at a time, which is low carb and kindness. Yeah, well, I just used butter. I could do that because I could just drink it real fast, and I've got all the skinny syrups. I need to get back to doing that because, honest to goodness, I get distracted. I know you're gonna be shocked, and then it comes to be about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm like, "I should eat something for breakfast." So but this is just poor home training. I don't even look, I don't care how rich you are, but if you don't a good steward of the land, you are trashy and just poor home training. Also, I like those tables. Look, those jars and that table would come home with me. I'm just saying. If if it got left at grocery or we go, yard sale. But this glass stuff, that's just poor. That is just ridiculous. But Gibson and the other residents said the extravaganza was much larger, pointing to the now deleted photos of Chen and Waldron posted online. By October the 2nd, Duncan and Gibson and other council members sent a letter to the Bureau imploring it to never allow wedding receptions at the base of Castleton Tower again, writing that expectations of any engaged couple could easily expand into a Waldron Chen extravaganza. Oh Lord, when they call it an extravaganza. They argued that in Chen and Waldron's petition to use the site for their nuptial, they admitted that they would be using a generator, contracting a catering service that would set up table and chairs, erecting a 200 or a 24-foot cabana lining the road with glass candles, installing a toilet facility service, and leaving behind refuse. Yeah, this is just trashy. Look, I don't care how rich you are, but if you use a public facility, if you use nature, you are good, you have to be a good steward of the land. Look, even the youngest, most feral is learning to be a good steward of his toys because if he doesn't take good care of his toys, then they break, and we can't afford to buy new ones. So you have to be, a good steward of the things that you are given. And that includes picking up things and not littering, which he's learning in school. I cannot with these people. If the Bureau could not forbid weddings at the site, the council members requested that letters of agreement for use of the site should include more stringent time specification, require deposits and fines for violation, and make catering companies liable for damages. Yes, all of these things should have been in a boilerplate, contract that the city had prepared. There should be direct expectations. There should have been a fee structure in there. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't, a plan that anyone had to get married outside next to a giant rock. The Bureau should also forbid fire, glass candles, tents, generators, most furniture, large vehicles, the letter said, according to the Times Independent. It was a commercial event, small by LA standards, I'm sure, but it still should not have happened, Gibson told the San Francisco Gate. Ma'am, you are a city council member. Write up an ordinance and put it, together. Stop complaining. Make rules up and put it together. I don't know. Again, retroactively charge them. It Does anyone else just get so tired of people just complaining about stuff? I don't know why today it's just like this. Chen is considered an influencer in the video game and metaverse investment industry, while Waldron won Miss Ireland in 2010 and now helms an AI startup called Spuddy, which promises to develop a digital, quote, best bud that would tend to your emotional intelligence and intellectual nourishment. Huh, you think emotional intelligence would be also picking up after yourself and not being an a-hole? Welcome, Thierry. Uh, so the couple could not be reached for comment. The Post has also reached out to the Bureau of Land Management for comment, but after officials told the city council members they would follow up with the couple in partnership with the Bureau of Management law enforcement. So look, these people are going to get fined. All right. Again, take all of this crap. You guys are adults. Apparently, no one ever told you how to pick up your own daggone trash, but okay. In horrifying news and hard pass, she was born with a second uterus and she's pregnant in both. Hard pass, no thank you, Jesus. No thanks, I'm done. No. When Kelsey Hatcher visited her obstetrician for an ultrasound this year, she smiled when an image of a healthy fetus appeared on the screen. Before leaving, Hatcher asked the nurse for a further examination. Hatcher had been born with a second uterus. She wanted the nurse to check on the health of that one too. The nurse at the University of Alabama at Birmingham hospital spread gel on the opposite side of Hatcher's abdomen and went over it with a wand. They could not believe what they saw on the screen. Another fetus was growing in Hatcher's second uterus. No. 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 all the no's. This is no, just no. Also, I have a question about delivery, like, n d Veilhammer. I believe one husband I guess so. I mean, it's not like a fetus in fetu kinda thing, which I always joke with my middle son is what happened because he was my most giant baby, but another yeah, so 1 in 1,000,000 women can become pregnant with 2 fetuses in, 2 separate uteruses, according to Richard Davis, a maternal fetal specialist treating Hatcher. So they would be fraternal twins, technically, sorta, I think. Look, I guess for the sake of brevity, they're fraternal twins at this point. But yes, you can get pregnant at different times. Look, mathing is already complicated enough. I can't imagine dealing with 2 uteruses. My uterus already tries to take over and rule the world half the time, like Pinky and the Brain sorta thing. So, I can't imagine. But yeah. Well, then, if she has 2 different uterus, does she have 4 ovaries? Look, we're getting confused. Let's just go over this. Since that May appointment, Hatcher's doctors have been monitoring the pregnancy unlike anything they have witnessed. Hatcher, 32, is now 34 weeks pregnant and expecting healthy fraternal twins that are both girls next month. She told the Washington Post that she and her husband, Caleb, are still wrapping their heads around the rarity of her situation. I have a couple questions, but I don't know that they're appropriate and or appropriate. When Hatcher was a teenager in November 2008, she said doctors in Birmingham discovered she'd been born with 2 uteruses and 2 cervixes, a condition called uterus disyphilis. Look, something medical that occurs in about 0.3% of women, Davis said. Doctors warned Hatcher that she would face a heightened risk for miscarriages and premature births because of the disorder, Hatcher said. At the time, Hatcher barely thought about the implications, thinking she wouldn't become pregnant in the immediate future. But in 2016, she became pregnant with a girl that she and Caleb welcomed in early the next year. That baby and her next 2 children were born near their due dates without any complications. Hatcher said she didn't plan to have any more children. That's when they get you. Yeah. Ew, can you imagine that smear test? Like, "No, there's another one too, doctor." Yep. Nope. Just no, thank you. Nope. Hard pass, God. I'm done. But when she unexpectedly became pregnant in March, she and Caleb tried to be optimistic about their ability to raise 4 kids. When she was 8 weeks pregnant in May, Hatcher went to her first ultrasound appointment at the hospital. She was relieved when the nurse initially only found 1 fetus in her right uterus, but when the nurse looked at the left one, she discovered the twin. Oh, I would just run away and join the circus. Look, I would go full Chris Farley. I would be in a van down by the okay, no. I would be on a cruise down in the Bahamas. Well, I think she only has 1 canal, and then it kind of look, we're not gonna board of truth this, but I think it kinda branches off up here because my guess is it's kind of like when you have a heart-shaped uterus. I can't remember a bifurcated uterus. Look, we're not quite sure. This is just yeah, yeah. Again, God, hard pass. I'm good. There needs to be no miracles down in here. Hatcher said she couldn't believe the news and she started laughing. The nurse called the obstetrician, who reviewed the images multiple times until she became certain there was a fetus in each of Hatcher's uteruses. Patel said that many women with two uteruses only have one fully developed and functional uterus. She said that Hatcher's eggs likely traveled through separate fallopian tubes and into different uterus. Look, this is too complex. Bobby. About 16 weeks into her pregnancy, Hatcher felt both fetuses kicking simultaneously. She and Caleb joked that the girls were fighting each other. Otherwise, Hatcher said that the pregnancy has been similar to her previous three. But around 28 weeks into her pregnancy, Hatcher began thinking about the possibility of upcoming challenges. Each uterus could contract at a different time, meaning the babies could arrive hours, days, or weeks apart. If one baby is born before the other, Hatcher said she will likely undergo a cesarean section to give birth to the second twin within a few days. At almost every doctor's appointment, Hatcher said medical experts remind her that they have not overseen this type of pregnancy. Hatcher's doctors said that her fetuses are developing at similar and healthy paces, but because they can't lean on experience, they are handling Hatcher's pregnancy much like would a normal twin, kind of. I know, I have so many questions. I would be like, I is all the confused. We're gonna need the whiteboard of truth in here. I'm gonna need Doctor House, the good doctor, and, well, possibly Captain Planet and the Planeteers here, and maybe Mario because he's a plumber. I don't know why. Well, but they'd still be gestating at the same time, and technically they're still, I don't know. Uh, for the sake of brevity, do you really wanna tell everyone that you have 2 uteruses at the store, or do you just wanna say they're twins? Yeah. No, thanks. Oh, I needed that today. Yes, she did. She really is a f never mind, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know this woman, and she's probably a wonderful person. Uh, "This is such a rare thing, we don't have a lot of guidance," her doctor said. Oh, well, that's good. Dr. Quinn, medicine reject. Dr. Mo, medicine morphine. She said she and Caleb are saving a money to buy a house with at least 5 bedrooms and a van that can fit 5 booster seats. It's called a Ford Transit, ma'am. I would, look, if you are watching this on the odd chance that you are, go with vinyl flooring. Look, you can power wash it out. Not that I talk from experience, but I talk from experience, and there you go. 6-year-old Raylan, 4-year-old River, and 1-year-old Remy are their kids right now, so apparently the new ones will get our names. The babies' due dates are around Christmas, but Hatcher hopes they'll arrive sooner so the family can celebrate the holiday at their Dora, Alabama house. While Hatcher originally expected to have 3 children, she's looking forward to having for her 5. At the same time, Hatchard's trying really hard not to fixate on how unusual this pregnancy is. Oh, dear Lord. Sal, how will you survive? It's melatonin, dear. Look, we've all been there. Here, I mean, well, listen, some of us have been there. And Nindore's man bun, welcome. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna tell you also, if she's watching or if you are watching, there are these things called cart hammocks, and I believe they're sold on Etsy. Best thing for new moms ever. They, they kind of hang on to the cart at the bottom, and you can either put the baby in there, so when you have, like a toddler and a baby, you can still get groceries instead of putting, one in the whole car seat in the cart and the other thing. I'll have to put up a picture. Best thing ever, and, there's a couple women that make these clips that go on your purse, and you can just put them around the cart. I will also put those on my Twitter because those are the I don't know what you're talking about. Uh, so, good lord, hard pass, no thank you, I am done. Fry, you are not coming back in, I have locked okay, 1 second, someone is whining. Oh, those are really nice. Um, here you go. Um, in the what in the actual hellness and why and what in the world and how in the hell do you bring this up at family dinner? A man gave himself poo transplant using his mom's material to treat his debilitating Crohn's, but then he started to experience her menopause symptoms. Y'all, I just found all the what in the actual rapture today. Yeah, I saw this and I thought, I just can't. So, mom donated her m waste to her son for DIY transplants to treat his Crohn's disease. Now, this isn't out of the realm of humanity. I mean, I've heard of this, but, DIY, um, he apparently did this for 4 years, and he started to experience her menopause symptoms. This treatment is not approved for treating Crohn's, so they did it without medical supervision. I can only imagine the amount of Tupperware that was defiled for this. God, I hope you just used one of those seal and save things, but oh my god, dear Lord, this is no, no. Have y'all ever heard of decoupage? I mean, no. A man who was hospitalized by debilitating Crohn's disease found relief after DIY treatments from his mother, but he was surprised to start experiencing her menopause symptoms. Well, that's okay, sweetie. You can both just watch, Steel Magnolias and ugly cry. It'll be okay. I can deal with a grumpy on the bed. I don't know how you ask your mom for her poo. For the love of all that's holy. Charlie Curtis from Toronto, Canada, who's in his mid-30s, did DIY transplants, for about 4 years, he told the filmmaker Saffron Cassaday in a new documentary, Designer Shit, of course it is. FTMs or fecal microbiota transplants usually involve a doctor taking poo from a healthy donor and blending it with saline solution. Just let me die. Just let me die. I'd rather die. In the FDA procedure, all of this is done like with science and all this other stuff, and you don't really have to think about it. But apparently these 2 just got Tupperware and a freaking turkey baster. I don't even hell, I don't know. The recip so basically it helps in theory when you are diseased, maybe your microbiome in your gut gets we are not diagramming a lower colon. I just can't tonight. I have not watched House enough today, but this is more for C. diff. So C. diff, will definitely throw off your internal it's an it's an infection, it will give you explosive all the diarrheas, but it will also throw off your microbiome, and if you get a healthy microbiome back into the bad microbiome, it will help you. It is not approved for Crohn's disease, so these 2 decided to just at home play Doctor House for some reason. Uh, now all doctors and medical people will tell you to not do these things at home because you can risk contracting a disease at home because you are using poo, okay? I'm just do not do this at home. Charlie Curtis was diagnosed with colitis. Daggone it, I know I can say that word, but not tonight. In 2006 at the age of 18, and then developed Crohn's disease, which I know can be debilitating, and I understand wanting to try anything, so I really get that, but why would you okay. So the disease is an inflammation of the digestive tract from the mouth to the anus, with some parts remaining healthy. Now, whereas ulcerative colitis is an inflammation just limited to the colon, so Crohn's symptoms can come and go, and there can be it can just be terrible, and it's got fever, fatigue, stomach pain, cramps, low appetite, weight loss, pain. I mean, just it can be terrible to live with, and there's no cure. Treatments can include drugs, changes to diet, surgery. I don't believe that is how that worked, Failhammer, but let's continue on this. Um, let's see. Despite taking medication, Charlie Curtis's Crohn's symptoms got so bad that he was hospitalized and was going to the bathroom 40 times a day. His mother, Sky Curtis, told Cassidy. Desperate for her son to get his life back, Sky Curtis contacted Thomas Brodie, the director for the Centre for Digestive Diseases in Sydney, Australia, who pioneered the transplant procedures in the 1980s, and he suggested that she donate her healthy poo to her son. After her stool was tested for any infectious diseases or anything like that, they began doing these transplants at home on Christmas Day because nothing says the birth of our Lord like sharing your poo. They did them every day for a month, then every 2 days for a month, then every 3rd day for a month. Once we got down to once a month, we did once a month for 3.5 years. How much is this woman pooing? Or is she say look, I'm not asking questions. Uh, so apparently the next sentence, and it worked. When I was actually doing the procedure, Charlie Curtis said, I'd feel tingling inside of me. It felt healthy, it felt like it was working. Y'all, I am 12 years old tonight. I cannot be tempted like this, Lord. I'm glad he is feeling better. Charlie Curtis was symptom-free and off medication when Cassidy spoke to him in 2019, so I am glad that he is feeling better. However, Curtis experienced his mother's menopause symptoms. Charlie Curtis explained that some of the unexpected side effects from these transfers were sweating, hot flashes, mood swings, similar to what his menopausal mom was experiencing. Oh my gosh, they watched Beaches and Steel Magnolias together, and they just cried and cried, and they ate an entire thing of of cookie dough ice cream all by themselves. I look, y'all, I don't know, I just find the stories I don't know why this became a media thing. At the time, I was going through menopause, Sky Curtis said in the documentary, and so was he. Uh, so apparently there can be a transmission of high levels of hormones in these transplants, and it is possible that he absorbed some of his mother's hormones, and it is possible that he might have, just sounds interesting. Um, this isn't the first time that these transplants have been thought to cause changes outside the gut in patients. In one 2019 study involving autistic children, as well as helping with gastrointestinal issues, these transplants were linked to improvements in social responsiveness and their developmental age, while multiple studies suggest that they can improve symptoms of Parkinson's disease, such as sleep disturbances. There have been few cases of people with alopecia regaining some hair growth after FTMs. Oh my God, Jada Pinkett Smith, please try this because I need to hear your gross, disgusting overshare on the red table because we know everything about your hoo-ha. I want to know all about your colon now. I mean, we might as well. You need to write another book, I'm sure. Any hoozle. But don't do this at home. I don't even wanna know how this entire thing got going at home. I don't wanna know the amount of Tupperware. Just no. Just not as an assault or battery, just as a, like, "Look, Imma shake your hand, but I need to know how many transplants you done did." You know, there are lines, JKD Buck. There are lines. Um, in other news, look, it might be a dream of yours, but maybe not in the park in front of children. A Florida couple was busted having smexy time in front of kids. Quote, "It's always been a dream of mine." Dear tiny dumpster Jesus, I don't know what is wrong with the world, but I think we have did they fire up CERN again? Are we in the poop dimension? I just can't with these people. Alrighty. A totally naked Florida couple was busted having sex on a causeway in front of a group of people, including children, with the woman telling the cops it was, quote, "always a dream of hers." Well, live big or go home, I guess. You're in Florida, ma'am, it's okay. I don't Sarah Fazakis, 55, and Robert Clark, 60, were, quote, "fully nude on top of one another in, Dunedin on Friday, with Clark, a registered offender of claimed obtained by the smoking gun." Oh, Lord. A witness described the horny fornicator's encounter as crack to sack going to town. Was I there? Who gave this witness description? Because I believe that would have come right out of my filterless mouth. With several juveniles nearby, according to the court record. Police responded to the causeway. So is a causeway like a highway, an underpass? Where are we talking about? Because I am all the confused. But the police responded and they were caught in flagrante delicto. As she was taken away, Sarah reportedly told the officers, quote, "This was always a dream of mine," referring to having smexy time at the spectacular view of the St. Joseph Sound. I give up. I I I give up. Clark, meanwhile, exhibited no remorse that he had subjected kids to the sight of his junk, declaring that, quote, "children should be home and not at the causeway." What time was this? Oh, yeah. Well, it's never the nude bodies you wanna see. He was charged with lewd and lascivious exhibition, a felony, and held with a $50,000 bond. The judge ordered him to also have no contact with children. Clark, a former Department of Defense employee, well, of course he was, pled guilty in 2009 to a federal child grossness charge and is a registered offender because, of course, he is. A search of his work computer revealed illicit images which he admitted to having watched for self gratification. He pulled a tube and Clark reportedly claimed that the images were, quote, fantasies and he would never cross the line and hurt a child. Sarah was also charged with exposing herself and was slapped with additional narcotics charge for allegedly having the anti-anxiety drug clonazepam inside an Altoids container in her purse. I'm guessing she wasn't prescribed this. Interesting. Well, again, no, and it's never the people you wanna see. It's that face. That's the face. In other dumpster fires over a nuclear volcano, are incarcer I'm sorry. I pulled the stories, but God made them. Incarcerated R. Kelly sues America prison officer after private details of romantic relationships were leaked to a YouTuber for monetary gain, clout, or simple harassment. Mr. Kelly, you is a gross human being, not even allegedly, confirmedly. I I don't know, but I think I need all that woman's wine after all of these stories today. Okay. Racketeering, sex trafficking, and child grossness convict Robert Sylvester Kelly, better known as R. Kelly, has sued the United States of America, a Bureau of Prisons officer, and a YouTuber over a leak of, quote, private information about his romantic relationships, claiming repeated invasions of his privacy were done for monetary gain, clout, or simple harassment. Yeah, I guess. He and Sarah Boone have gotten together, and we are just all trying to profit from him, I guess. Kelly, now 56, claimed that the U.S. is liable for negligence due to unknown BOP Officer A's violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, CFAA, through, quote, unauthorized access to plaintiff's TrueView, a private BOP prison records, a whopping 153 times, which allegedly resulted in the sharing or selling of information to Letitia Keeb, the Unwind with Tisha K YouTuber who has more than 1 million subscribers on her channel. The lawsuit identifying R. Kelly as a Grammy award-winning recording artist and nationally recognized celebrity. No, sir, you are immortalized in the song, I'm gonna pop some tags, okay? You are not so famous, you're kinda just known for grossness. Who is indisputably the king of R&B? Who in the actual Schnell do you think you are, sir? You are not Michael Jackson. Alleged alleged that invasions of privacy were more widespread with, quote, "at least 60 federal prison officers accessing his sensitive, confidential, and private information." Quote, "Some of those BOP officers either shared or sold that information to third-party members, including, members of the media and witnesses in the plaintiff's criminal prosecution," the suit said, mentioning that the Washington Post reporter wrote a story about Kelly's trust account funds before those funds were seized by the government in 2022. Quote, the publication not only placed a plaintiff in a false light, but falsely suggested he was concealing his resources. Uh, the monies were actually a generous gift from his loyal fan base, but resulted in the DOJ confiscating nearly all of the plaintiff's monies held in his prison trust account, over $25,000. Sir, you have a well, hello, making law simple. Sir, you have I don't know who are his loyal fans? All 4 of you need to come to the front of the classroom, and I need you to explainarate yourselves because I have some questions. Also, I have a for-profit charity, and if you're going to throw money away, think about investing in Mo's house. No, just kidding. Oh my gosh. With let's see, and beyond that, the U.S. Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General conducted a quote secret investigation into the unauthorized access, and a special agent concluded that there was probable cause to charge an unknown BOP officer A with a criminal computer fraud offense, the lawsuit said, but no criminal case was brought, leading plaintiff Kelly and his lawyer Jennifer Bongine to allege that there had been a cover up of the rampant BOP misconduct that's ongoing. Sir, the government always investigates itself and finds itself not guilty. I don't know why you're confused. Kelly further claimed that Tasha K used, quote, stolen information, end quote, to harass him and expose private details about his literacy, medical issues, and his romantic relationships. As part of an alleged effort to, quote, influence witnesses in plaintiff's Eastern District of New York criminal prosecution. The lawsuit singled out the November 7th, 2019 YouTube video, quote, R. Kelly can't control his girlfriends while behind bars. That might be. It's the Odinist. Are are we saying that he and LeBron James can't read? I mean, I'm okay. The inmate said that in January 2022, while he was a detainee in Chicago, his longtime girlfriend, quote, began behaving in a hostile and accusatory fashion towards him. Yeah, I can't imagine because maybe she was hearing all of the crazy and gross and disgusting things that you used to do without explanation, and that they argued about money, romantic issues, and other highly personal things. Thank you, Ghostery. His girlfriend, Jane Doe, Kelly claimed he later learned, then abruptly began cooperating with the government, which led her to becoming the government's star witness against him in the EDNY prosecution. In the November 7th, 2019 Tasha K video, the suit continued. The YouTuber, quote, told her viewers that the information came from a, quote, phone tap somewhere, and she appeared to disclose personal and private information about his romantic relationships, information that appeared to come from the plaintiff's prison calls with Jane Doe and his girlfriend, JS. Wait, sir, you had 2 girlfriends? 2 girlfriends. I get I can't imagine why one girlfriend got pissed off at you. No idea why she turned to state's evidence. It's a mystery. We will get the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, and Captain Planet and the Planeteers here to figure this shit out. Kelly noted that while he was behind bars, he could not watch the YouTuber's content for himself, so he had no idea how certain private information was making its way to the public domain. It's called the internet, sir. Um, I don't know about your literacy, so if it's low, but, they do have these things called Reddit. Now, I don't know how to use Reddit because 'cause I'm a neo-Luddite, but apparently they have that and kiwi farms, and you can learn just about anything. Now, the validity of anything, but you can learn and make up just about anything you want to on the internet. Have you heard of Wikipedia? Thereafter, the Office of the Inspector General's investigation filled in the gaps, the suit said. Kelly alleged that the feeding frenzy on the internet about his personal life caused him emotional distress. Well, darn, I hope your victims weren't upset too. Sir, you have a long line of actual you have been convicted of victimizing young girls. No, I don't really care that you had emotional distress and sleepless night, as he did not feel at liberty to freely speak with his attorneys and was worried about the extent to which his private talks had been exposed. The lawsuit may have been a way for Kelly to discover the identity of the unknown BOP officer A, since the government would certainly have the information about its own employees and then some. Defendant unknown BOP Officer A was not the only BOP officer who engaged in unauthorized access of the plaintiff's private records. Indeed, Agent Lokes reported that at least 60 BOP officers had made unauthorized access into the plaintiff's confidential TrueView records during a 6-month period. Look, I'm not saying if I were a, officer and I knew that R. Kelly was there, I would look at his stuff, but if it happened to be open while I was there and it was a night shift, I mean, this dude is full of crazy. He is 15 pounds of crazy in a 3-pound sack. I'm just saying. Kelly filed the lawsuit on Monday, under 6 months after he filed a $1 million claim under the Federal Torts Claims Act, a claim that was rejected. He sued the U.S. for negligence and sued unknown BOP Officer A, other officers, and Tasha K for invasions of privacy, conversion, civil conspiracy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. A seventh cause of action accused unknown officer, A, of violating the CFAA. Kelly is serving 30 years behind bars and saw a jury trial, compensatory damages, punitive damages against each of the individual defendants as in their individual capacities, as well as attorney fees. Aw, good luck with that. The law firm of attorney Jennifer Bonjean said in the press release that Kelly brought the lawsuit to, quote, "get answers and justice," because despite opening an investigation into the serious misconduct, the DOJ ultimately declined to indict the wrongdoers and allowed the misconduct to continue. Okay, so I know principally even the scummiest of scummy deserve to have their rights. So if yes. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Dang it. No. Ghostery, I accidentally banned you, but I didn't mean to, so let me go unban you. Crap in a handbasket. Because of course I did. I don't know why I did. No, I don't wanna do that. It's oh, I so Ghostery, you are not banned. I simply fat fingered the wrong stupid thing with the thingamabob, which is, you know, as usual, branding. I will find it and I will undo that because, I managed to do all of the things, but that is the news tonight. Why am I having a brain fart? I will unban you, Ghostery. I don't know why I did that or how I did that today, right now. Oh, yes, I see it. It is like My brain has just lost all brainness. I love it. You're a mod, you shouldn't be banned. I don't know why I did that. Oh, where is it? Okay. Well, you should be okay now, but let me make sure there is who knows? We have done all the things. No one should be hidden anymore or blocked, I think. So, Ghoster, you should be back online, I think. Maybe. Sorry. Dang it. I should not be allowed on the internets. I will see you guys in the morning. I am going to make sure that I that I undid Ghostery's banning correctly because of course I did. No, Fry didn't do it. I take full responsibility for being terrible as per usual. Say one nice thing to someone else and, unblock someone. No, I'm just kidding. Don't unblock someone. I am going to unblock someone. Yeah, I don't know how much privacy is involved in prison, but I am going to go make sure that I have unblocked Ghostery for real. So I will see you guys in the morning. I wish I could blame Fry, but unfortunately, it is just me being dead awful at the internet. I will see you all in the morning and hopefully we will get Ghostery back. I really apologize. Bye, guys. Oh, you know, just when you think you get really good because you get everything right with Rumble and you block someone accidentally.